All right. So, peace and love to everybody out there.
Yes.
I'm seeing yeah, we don't have much strength on this string. Hopefully
It's
everything
coming
looks
up.
good, family.
Mhm.
Yeah, hopefully everything looks good. We don't have the music like we normally have, but all of that's coming, family. Just getting used to everything here as we're in the beautiful city of Dubai, which is like our second home, family. Yeah, and y'all know who he is, man. I'm the one and only Be Lucky, Belucci, Aaron, if you will, and we have the lovely, beautiful wife, Mickey. That's right.
Peace. Yes. Peace and love and light and blessings and all those good things to everybody out there, for the family. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Unapologetic
That's right. And let
Nomads.
us know if you can hear us in the
Yes.
chat. We really is I don't know. I don't really see anything here right now, family. I don't see anything right now.
Okay.
Make sure y'all buckle up your seatbelts. We are traveling to Africa soon. We're going to be there traveling to a country in Africa. So make sure you stay tuned to that. Also, the lovely, we have a webinar coming up soon, and I'm gonna let my wife explain all of that because she does all the work and all the stuff for the webinar. So she's gonna say what that's about in a few seconds.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All right. So let me go ahead and shout that out. Go ahead and give you the information. I know a lot of you have been waiting on me to get that together. Got it together, and it's coming for you on April the 20th, 2024. So this April the 20th, that is a Saturday.
yes, it is.
So Saturn Day. All right. So Saturday live. It's a live Zoom webinar. It's not recorded. I don't do recordings. It's a live stream webinar where you get to see us and talk to us and ask questions. And it will be from the GST time, General Standard Time here. It's 8 p.m. But for you guys, Eastern Standard Time, that will be 12 noon. So from 12 to 2, we're going to do 2 hours. Packed with information, and then Mountain Standard Time, because we do know some folks that are kind of that Arizona area and whatnot. So that's 9 a.m. for you guys. I think that's a good time. Get your coffee and come on in and join us. So 9 to 11, that's Mountain Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time is 12 p.m. And that's noon. So we'll be doing that from 12 to 2 for you guys on the East Coast. And so you just, be ready and tune in during that time. A live link will be sent to you a day or two before the webinar. And the registration form is available now on the website for you as we speak. It is at unapologeticnomads.com. And I'm going to throw that link in there for you guys now so you can just make it easier for you to go ahead and sign up and get ready to join us on April the 20th. And this webinar is Unlocking International Opportunities, Strategies for Securing Lucrative Jobs Abroad. Okay. And definitely a lot of you have been asking for this, and I have it ready for you. Just kind of was busy with a lot of projects behind the scenes, but I'm getting that ready for my people who are demanding this. So again, it's Unlocking International Opportunities, Strategies for Securing Lucrative Jobs Abroad. And with you, and looking forward to all of you signing up as soon as you can, as soon as possible. So I'm going to drop that in the chat for you as well, the link. Okay.
That's right.
Good.
So everybody who has been emailing us and sending us messages about, how do we move to Dubai, and I want more information to move here and there. This is the perfect opportunity. And I'm gonna ask the wife, I said, wife, what makes your webinar so thorough to where I want to spend my money to pay for that if I want to move? Like, what makes your webinar the webinar of all webinars?
Well, my webinar is the webinar of all webinars because I do the research. I'm on the ground here. I've been doing this for quite some time. This is our second stint here in the UAE, and I've done it before. And I definitely know the things that you need to know in order to not have to bump your head and to just kind of get what you need, the information, the right information you need to get in order to find that opportunity that is just right for you and maybe you and your family. So there's so much going on, so many awesome opportunities, and I'm gonna be able to share that with you. But again, I'm on the ground here. This is what I do, and I'm looking for, and I'm that person. You know, you can talk to me, ask me any question, and like I said, it's not recorded. It's going to be live. My webinars are always live. You get to talk to me, and I think quite a few of them have always run over because we having such a great time in my webinars. We have fun. Like 3 hours. I know he's like, man, you're over the time. You're over the time. So you get way more for your money than you really think because you know you get that Q&A time. You get time to ask me questions and to dig a little deeper and to ask those questions that people don't get a chance to ask on like this platform. So yeah, so that's what makes my webinar the webinar of all webinars.
Of all webinars. Yeah, so make sure you tune in. And there has been a lot of people who been to the webinars before who had success in things of that kind of a nature. So if you on, just leave a message or whatever if you see this, and if you had success with some of our webinars that we have, just let us know, family. Shout out to everybody who's in the room. The R. Hogan, hi guys, watching from Chicago. And yes, we can hear you guys great. So y'all can hear us. Everything is live. Everything is good. I also want to shout out to our good, the elder, the Miss Honorable Wendy Nobles, who is currently in the building. So beautiful to see you guys back in the
saddle again.
That's right. yeah. We've been, we've been locking and loading and together. Yeah. Yes. We just been apart, but still, together. And thank you so much, Auntie Wendy. And we got to get you on here because you're in a new country. Now you told us you was, Rwanda was it, but and we got to hit you up, Auntie. So let us know what's something. So we definitely see what's going on.
From Auntie. Yeah,
that's right. We got to get the update.
And we love you, miss you.
Yeah.
And who else is
shout out
here?
to
Top Channel 1, Bon Après-midi. All right, it's French. All right. And good afternoon. I think it's afternoon for you, right? Yeah. Afternoon to you.
Yeah, right. Bon appetit. Yeah, if you're eating right now, family. That's the only French I'm good at right there. Yeah. So we got a good show for you today, family. And without further ado, I just want to hurry up and bring this brothers on. He's going to give us a good weather report, and we're going to ask him some questions here. He's the master astrologer here, and this guy's thorough, man. When it comes to doing his thing on that, he's thorough. If you a Christian or if you practice Islam, this is still good because y'all still follow the stars if you know or if you don't. Like even when it's Ramadan, you wait for the moon to be at a certain place for them to call Ramadan. So don't get spooked out by this because this is actually information that all religions use, and it's the one and only Shema'yah Bey. Currently in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. All right.
Hey, how you doing? How are you, Aaron? Hi, Miss A. Michelle. How are y'all today? Hi to your audience.
I can't hear you. Hold on.
Can't hear me?
Hold on. We cannot hear. We're gonna see if we get the mic is not muted, family.
Yeah, I'm not muted.
Let's see if we can get somebody on here if we can hear him.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. But anyway, fam. Our good brother Shema'yah is from Philly. Him and his wife, they have actually I've been knowing his wife because she used to babysit me and my brother back in the day. And it seemed like everywhere I move, like unbeknownst to us, Vonda's right around the corner. When me and my wife was living in Philly, we come to find out, his wife is living right around the corner from us. And and it doesn't happen where we talk to each other because it's like spans where we don't link up and talk to each other. So y'all can hear brother Shema'yah?
I can hear you all. I don't know if you can hear me.
Good.
Now we got you. Now we got you.
Now we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah,
right.
Now we can hear you.
For this evening.
Everything is good. How you doing today?
I'm doing very well.
Awesome. Yeah. So could you tell us how first of all, just tell us who you are and some of the things that you do.
Well, my name is Shema'yah Bey. I'm an astrologer, but I'm also a storyteller. That's my main love. In astrology, I guess we'd say the second love next to my wife.
Nice. Right, okay.
All right.
Oh, he's trying to earn some points. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, that's cool. So being an astrologer, and I know you go to church as well. How does that intertwine, like being a Christian or in the Islam and things like that? How does astrology go with that? Because sometimes Christians are spooked out about the whole astrology thing.
Oh, well, that makes sense. It depends on whose dogma you've been trained on. And obviously, the stars and the movement of the sun, the planets have been here long before we have. And whatever we call a deity, whatever, like for Christianity, God, or in Islam, the Allah, depending on what culture you come from, this supreme being has created this clock in the sky. And there's nothing to really be spooked out about. I guess the spookiness would come into play is depending on who programmed us. And that's what they call epistemology. The stuff that we know, someone told us. And if we never went any further to investigate it, then therefore we're going to succumb to that particular dogma or that particular program that's been put upon us. So to answer your question, speaking from the biblical aspect, so to speak, in the book of Genesis, I think is chapter 1, verse, if I'm not mistaken, 1:4. I wasn't prepared for that particular question, but I can answer it. It said that when God divided the division of the day into seasons, one of the words there is oath, O-T-H, and in Hebrew it means like an omen and a sign. So therefore, saying use the seasons for your signs, and even in the Judaism and of that nature in the Old Testament, they did the demarcation by the new, and the full moon. So you had the new moon festivals, you had old moon, the full moon and new moon festivals, etc. And in Islam, maybe not in modern times so much, but when after the 7-Eleven, Tariq went into Spain, and then through the Prophet, peace be upon him, that they had major astrologers and from the Islamic standpoint as well. But in modern times, and depending on how strict the religion that you subscribe to may have you go against that particular dogma or programming or training, but it still does not take away the cosmic effect on each individual or each nation on the earth, regardless if you subscribe to it or not. Even when you hear a weather report, it's done by the planetary positions to one another and the cosmic weathering of one another. The difference with the astrology, which means the study of the stars and how it affects humanity on earth. And so essentially it's an emotional weather report. It's not part of something that you worship. It's a tool. It's like we're on this internet here, going across airways, across the seas. We're using it as a tool to communicate with one another. We can have a very open and exchange of information, and or it could be very combative. So it's a tool, depending on how you use the tool. You can use it to harm someone, or you can use it to enlighten and uplift an individual or individuals. So I'm not telling any person to go against their religious. I can't do that anyway, because you're going to believe what you want anyway. But for those that are open-minded, to understand that this particular information and knowledge has been put there for us by whatever we call the supreme creator, for our benefit and for our use. But for those that can't go against their particular dogma and training, then they can't go any further with this conversation.
Cool. Thank you for explaining that for us. So I just want to get into it because right now we're in the time where we're having like this on April 8th, we're having the solar eclipse. Could you please explain what a solar eclipse is, and also explain what a lunar eclipse is? Because it's two things, and you're the right man to ask that question to.
Sure. The first question, solar eclipse, that happens during a new moon. So what is a new moon? A new moon means two planetary bodies, meaning the sun and the moon, where they're luminaries. But the sun and the moon, like a quarter would be gold, represent silver. That's not a good analogy. Let's do this. Silver and gold, right? Representing the sun and one representing the moon. And they're both in the same sign. This particular solar eclipse, what they call a total solar eclipse, that happens every 300 some years. But just for clarity, eclipses happen anywhere between 4 and 7 times a year, anywhere on the earth. This one just happens to be more visible. So that's why it has more prominence in our reality. So a solar eclipse happens when there's a new moon. And the new moon is symbolic of the sun and the moon being in the same sign. And this particular total solar eclipse happens to be in the sign of Aries, which you are, Aaron. So that means the leader, the one that goes out first, the one that takes action, regardless if you think about it or not. Aries are more like they're the warriors, they're the Marines, they're the person that kicks in the door first, the fireman. So with regards to that, that means to take action. So anytime that you have a new moon or a new beginning, that means the time to do something new, to take action, to do something new. So that answers hopefully that answers the question with regards to an eclipse. So with regards to a lunar eclipse, it means a full moon. So a lunar eclipse happens during the time of a full moon. So full moons happen when one sign is opposite the other. So for example, in this example here, the opposite of Aries is Libra. Libra deals with relationships. So anytime you encounter a full moon, that means that's the ending of a relationship, or it doesn't mean that y'all never going to talk again, but it just means that that particular paradigm or aspect of that relationship has to change and to grow. So that's when, so anytime you have a full moon, that means the shedding or the letting go of something. So that's what we're dealing with the lunar eclipse.
Cool. Go ahead.
So, Brother Shema'yah, you're so well versed in this on this topic. What drew you to the study of astrology, or did it draw you?
I guess a combination of both, but that's a good question. Back in 2005, no, I'm gonna tell you what happened to go back further. I had a mentor. He's in the world of spirit right now, Dr. Hazel, and he was telling me about his particular mentors when it came to spirituality, the unseen world. And he said that there's certain times of the day, depending on what time of year that you're born and where you're born, there's certain times of the day that an individual shouldn't go out, meaning that it's quite possible they may have a slip and fall or some type of accident as a result of their chart. And that was so fascinating to me that I was like, that's really interesting. I never heard that before. And I grew up keeping the Sabbath and Passover, etc. So that was something that was not part of my cultural development, because that was, taboo to be anything to do with the stars affecting humans. So when I heard that conversation, I was so curious. So when I left Baltimore, which is really interesting, when I left Baltimore that day, headed back to Philly, on the radio, I turned on a radio station in Philadelphia, 900 AM WRD. It was a brother named Richard Whiten. He had a radio program called Astrologically Speaking. And he was talking about the stars and how it affects human beings. I was so fascinated behind that I called the radio station, and I talked to him off the air, and he told me to come up to the station. We met, we hit it off very well. And as a result of that, he said, why don't you come on to the radio program with me? Mind you, he didn't know me from a can of paint, but the stars aligned, so to speak. He started teaching me how to read the ephemeris. That's basically a book that gives the calculations of when a particular planet is going to be in a sign, what time of day and year, and how the angles they make to one another. Once you know the angles or the aspects that are made, it could help determine the type of environment or the experience that the individual is going to go through. So hopefully I went through a long way around to answer your question, but that's how I got into it, based on the conversation with regards to if a person knew, how it was put to me other different ways. Like sometimes people make love at the wrong time as a result of their stars not lining up properly. Sometimes they might cause disruption in their life as a result of being around the wrong person. Really don't need to be an astrologer with that. In your gut, in your spirit, sometimes like this is not really the right person, but I'm still gonna talk to them anyway.
Right.
But as a result, then you go down a path that you really shouldn't have had to go down. But with the astrology, basically, it's an emotional weather report, kind of lets you know what's on the horizon for you, and it's up to you what you do with that information.
So, like on a beginner level, you were saying like it's a right time and wrong time to do something. Now we're a travel channel. Is there a right time to travel and a wrong time to travel? And if it is, could you help explain it from like a beginner level and things I can look at and say, oh, this is the time I'm gonna travel?
Sure. The planet Uranus deals with electrical storms. So that if you have to travel, this is just common sense stuff too. If there's a flood in your area and you don't have like one of the devastating floods, kind of wise not to be in that area during that time period. That's really, really basic. Or something that affects all of us, regardless if you believe in astrology or not. It's not even a belief, it's a tool, and it's a science. So regardless if you believe it or not, if you know that it's going to be torrential rain and you all have to travel as a travel channel, most likely you would equip yourself to be able to travel in the rain. You would have the proper rain gear, proper rain boots, umbrellas, or whatever other type of protection that you would have, because regardless of what you feel about it, it's still going to rain. It's going to be torrential. So you having foreknowledge that we have to travel from this country to that country on this particular date, and it's going to be raining heavy, then we need to dress and prepare appropriately for that particular journey and move. So that would be a basic level, just common sense level, not to go against whatever your religious belief or your spiritual understanding, knowing that when you have you're on a road and they tell you that there's an accident there, or you see police ahead of you with the lights, you have the opportunity to go forward and investigate and be nosy. Or if you're in a position where you could deviate and take an alternative route to get to your destination, would be wiser to do so.
Nice.
Interesting.
So I be seeing. Go ahead.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Now I've been seeing a lot of like comments online through, like, if it's Twitter, TikTok. I've been seeing little videos, and a lot of people are like feeling the same kind of way. And I'm gonna explain how people are feeling from what I've been reading and gathering. I'm gonna just make it short. People have been feeling like just something's not right. Something is about to happen. They don't know what it is, but they just have a feeling like something is about to happen. Does that have anything to do with the stars? And if it does, or even if it doesn't, can you explain what that feeling is?
Well, right now we're in a void. We just came out of a lunar eclipse. And a lunar eclipse, once again, means the shedding or the letting go of something or releasing of something. So this is a time period we're about to enter into the total solar eclipse on April the 8th, 2024. So right now, this is a time to shed things that are not beneficial to you, to take action by writing that down. I don't deserve this in my life. I deserve this in my life. So because those individuals that are feeling that way means that we're cosmically in tune to the environment. And normally before there's an earthquake or a tornado or major storm, there's a period of quietness or stillness. And that time of quietness and stillness is to get yourself together meditatively or take the appropriate action to prepare for the new paradigm that you're coming or walking into, or the new timeline that you're coming into.
Man. Yeah. So, like, go ahead. You was gonna say something?
Yes, I think I was gonna go back to the topic of you'll have, like he said earlier, people, I don't know why you think that. Why do you think this is the question? There'll be people who are like heavily into the church, but then they will hear something like this kind of conversation. They feel like, oh, that's going against everything I believe, not even understanding where you're coming from, like the whole essence of the conversation. But there'll be oh, I believe in intuition. I have women's intuition, that kind of thing, for as an example. Why do you think there's such pushback when it comes to trying to relate and understand astrology, even though you might be someone, or that person might be someone in the church?
Control. Yeah, mind control.
Mind control.
Yeah, and most people don't want to go to hell or do something that's counter the education of their particular religious system. And if you're told by the imam or the priest or the preacher or the minister that this is evil and this is bad, then why are you going to go against that? You're not going to go counter that particular programming.
Wow. Interesting.
So is now, you say the solar eclipse happens every like 300 and something years. Is there anything?
A total eclipse like this, a total eclipse of this nature.
Total.
Right. So every 18 months, there's some type of eclipse of that magnitude, but we may not be, for humanity as a whole, may not be in that particular area to actually see it, go outside and look at it or whatever. But like I said, once again, eclipses happen anywhere between 4 and 7 times a year, anywhere in the world. But for the most part, why this one is so popular or talked about so much is because it's in the crossing the region of the United States and in the southern region of the United States, which is going to be visible to people that are looking in that area. Cameras are out there that they actually can see it. So that's what makes this one a little bit more popular than the other ones that happen every year, every successful year, and the years to follow.
Man. So like I think it was yesterday, right around Baltimore, that area. It was something real significant that happened as far as that boat hitting that bridge. What does that mean to you? Like stuff, because I see a lot of things happening in the States, like buildings being blown up, the cows. Like a couple months ago, a whole like building with cows in it got like caught on fire. Things been happening like that, like on a regular in the States. This boat incident, like, do you think that's something that's like an accident? Because that's what they're saying is an accident, or does that have anything to do with this eclipse?
I'll put it's everything's perspective until you got the evidence to prove differently. So just a basic perspective, a boat crashed into the bridge and the bridge collapsed with no conspiratorial behind it. But then if you wanted to play the conspiratorial game, you could do that. You could take the fact that if you're doing astrologically, Pluto on Aquarius, Pluto, what does that planet represent? It represents the transformation or death of things. And now Pluto's in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius rules electrical things, the internet, crypto, robots, etc., AI. So, but to answer your question, so Pluto in Aquarius means the end of electrical system. So the boat did what? It had electrical short.
Right.
And then by the time it get its lighting back up, once again, it crashes into the support of the bridge and the bridge crashes. If you were playing a conspiratorial game, you could say that people that are far more knowledgeable in astrological readings and knowing timings of things, they could have planned it that way. Or it could have been something as simple as the boat lost power and hit the support of the bridge. So depending on what perspective or what vision that you want to look upon, then you could make your story to line up with that particular incident.
Man,
Interesting.
that's something.
Wow. So what kind of energy do you think we can expect around this eclipse coming up on the 8th?
Well, it's going to be in a sign of Aries, and Aries means what? To take action to something.
Action. Okay.
So the opposite of Aries is Libra. So that means basically leave the world behind, leave the world. That was actually a movie by the Obamas that put out. But leaving relationships, because the opposite of Aries is Libra, and Libra regulates relationships and social gatherings and things of that nature. So on a personal basis, for anyone that's a cardinal sign, so cardinal signs, they start the seasons. They're going to feel the effect. They call something called malefic and benefic. Malefic means that this is a situation that you really don't like. It's uncomfortable. Why would you do this to me, God? That's what a malefic would be. Like the worst thing you could imagine happening to you. So cardinal signs may experience that malefic type of energy coming up. But now it's what you do with it. So it's a blessing sometimes to release things that aren't beneficial to you. But if you want to hold on to something that's fiery, which is Aries is, that's burning you, then you're going to suffer the consequences of being burned. So things that it's time for you to release in life, this is that time period for that. I'm not telling you to get divorced or leave your significant other, but if that situation is not beneficial and y'all both desires to be in it, then you have to make those adjustments that's beneficial for both people in the situation on a personal note. On a global note, then you have Aries, you're going to see more aggression going forward. Once again, we're dealing with that Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto just left Capricorn. So the secrets of governments and banking and things came out. Now we're going to be dealing with the transformation of AI, like ChatGPT, Gemini, etc., is going to be the dominant thing for the next 20 years. So you've seen shadows of talking about flying objects and UFOs and aliens is going to be part of our normal paradigm now. Nothing to be fearful of, because for the past, 30, 40 years, we've been programmed through science fiction and TV dealing with Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, etc. Now we happen to come into the paradigm where that's going to be switched from the idea of being fictional to the world of fact. And fact, once again, is how do we deal with this new information coming towards us.
All right, now you just say aliens. Like you got to explain this, man. Because like, is this serious? Like, you mean like aliens from outer space? Like, what do you mean aliens?
Or it could be aliens, sentient beings that may not necessarily from outer space. They could be coming from the earth, from under the earth, from the water. Could be coming interdimensionally. Nothing to be fearful for. Once again, you started out with the paradigm in Islam. You mentioned about that, and you mentioned about Christianity. Even in Christianity and New Testament, they talk about there's celestial and terrestrial beings. Obviously, we're terrestrial, we're earthbound. Celestial meaning the heavenly bodies. So even the New Testament talks about that. It may not be something you talk about in Sunday school or regular church type subject matter. And even in Islam, they talk about the jinn. The jinn is an intelligent being. And then you have the jinn Islam, one of peace. And then you have the evil jinn or genie. So these aren't things that, I'm not saying that all non-human beings are prone to be evil, because obviously if you got benefic humans and you got evil humans, then you would have that in other type of species or type of beings as well, because we're living in a current duality type of paradigm, the yin and yang, so to speak.
That's interesting. And I just want to go back for a second. Now, you said cardinal signs. What are the cardinal signs?
They start the season. For instance, Aries starts spring. All right. Cancer starts what? The summer. Libra starts autumn. And Capricorn, which is a cardinal, that starts the season of what? Winter.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
And so this year seems like a crazy year because it's election season, and then you already have a lot of things going on. Even like that thing with Diddy and stuff like that happened. I think that was yesterday.
Yes.
We're like a day ahead, so our days sometimes get confused. But what do you see as an astrologer? Like, what kind of energy do you see throughout this year? And like I was telling you, a lot of people feel like something's about to happen and it's not good, or it can be good. I don't know. What do you see as an astrologer that's about to happen, or what kind of energies are we working with this year?
Okay. Thank you. That's a very good question. It's, once again, we're dealing with duality. We live in a dual world, yin and yang, so to speak, darkness and light. And it depends on what our focus is, our observation. So for the most part, 99% of our reality is programmed for evil or destruction or just self-preservation. So with that being said, our programming, I feel something bad is going to happen. Therefore, that particular energy wave is out into the cosmos to make sure that we experience that particular experience, because that's what we've been programmed to experience or look for. And through our historical time period being here, that's kind of been so protection mode is going to say that we need to be prepared for something unknown or unseen. So with that being said, what you have to prepare yourself. Do you have food? Do you have water? Do you have access to monies to move around, things of that nature, so you can have peace of mind in that particular aspect. And then with the positive side with Pluto does the transformation. So something has to die for this phoenix to rise. So if we're knowing that things are going to die off, could be literal death, 6 feet under, or the death of a particular experience. But that means that it's going to transform into something that we make it. We're seeing that now with the fiat currency, meaning the paper dollar, changing or working in conjunction with digital currency. That's what that Aquarius is. So now we're dealing with digital money, and then the digital money could be the destruction of aspects of humanity, or it could be the transformation of aspects of humanity. So depending on what we shift our focus on, and you mentioned earlier about the Christian paradigm, it says in the New Testament, once again, when two or more are gathered together in my name. So basically, if you're like you two sitting there together and your focused thought is on something positive, and now we're in the Aries that we're actually taking action to write it down and do things for it, then we can have a different experience than what is plotted out for us to experience. And what's plotted out for us is destruction. So now we have the ability to, with the foresight and the direct boldness to make a change, to deviate, to transform whatever situation that we're in. But it's totally up to us. And that's once again goes back to our programming. Most people have been told to wait on something or someone to save us, when sometimes it might be a situation when we got to save ourselves.
Common sense, right?
Right.
Yeah. Nice.
Mm.
Wow. So I know that there are two types of astrologers: Eastern astrology and Western astrology.
Correct.
So how closely tied are these energies when you cross over and you look at Eastern astrology?
Well, Eastern deal with the Vedic and Jyotish, that form, like you said, the Eastern world. So their system of calculation is slightly different than Western, what's also known as tropical. In tropical astrology, what happens is every the time period that we're actually in right now, every vernal equinox. So vernal means the springtime. Equinox means equal, the division between the northern and southern hemisphere. So every vernal equinox, that's the demarcation or the beginning point of a new zodiac cycle. And so the Eastern and Eastern, meaning the Vedic or Jyotish astrology, and the Western tropical, they tend to use similar techniques, but ultimately their interpretations end up being very close to one another. So it's a matter if you're using an Android or iPhone. So depending if you're an iPhone user, then the iPhone is the greatest. But if you're Android, you pull with the Android. So they're both getting you the output that you're looking for. It's just a matter of the techniques that are used to acquire that particular information.
Okay.
Nice.
Interesting.
Nice. And I got another question, because people are, even us, like we're like, sometimes we judge people by their sign.
Yes.
Like, oh, they're Virgo, I can't mess with them. Because how true is that kind of thing? Or does that have any like significance with people, like them being a Virgo, or they act a certain way? My wife is a Capricorn. Does she act a certain kind of way because she's a Capricorn?
Yeah, those each just on a general basis. If you're born Virgo, you mentioned, or a Capricorn, Capricorns have a particular signature or behavior characteristics like Virgos do. And normally when a person said, I can't mess with them, it could be that they're squaring one another or they're opposing one another. So the opposite of Virgo would be what? Pisces. So they oppose one another. They would bump heads, but they can learn, like a three-legged race, if they cooperate, the opposite signs would get along very well. But they tend don't to get along very well, only because egos come into play. Because I want to be the dominant one talking. I don't want to be willing to listen to how your viewpoint is coming forward to me. So that's why normally opposites don't get along, but they can get along very well if one or both parties are willing to submit, or to be willing to listen to what the other person has to say. A lot of times the delivery doesn't come in a manner that it's flavorful. So therefore, you automatically, your defensive mechanism comes into play anyway. Like someone you figure is coming at you, you automatically be in your position like you're hardened up and you're unable to hear what's going on. But if you actually hear what the complaint or the constructive criticism is, it actually is for your betterment and your development. But you have to be a mature individual to be able to, I won't say endure, but be able to take what's coming to you for your development. So anytime a square is a 90-degree angle or an aspect to one another. So normally cardinal signs square one another, fixed signs square one another, immutable signs square one another. So anytime you have a square, that's the most challenging aspect that we have during this time period while we're here on the earth plane. So that means that your situation is going to be hard struggle, but not hard struggle in a way of, it just makes you got to be a strong woman, a strong man. You got to act right. You got to act in a manner that's growth developing. Or you could be in a part where the hardness causes you to want to give up. Now you sit in the corner and rocking back and forth, or you doing some other type of harmful substance because you can't deal with the pressures that life that you either put yourself into or that you have encountered. So when you have a hard aspect, but you need hard things in life for you to grow and development. It's like going up the stairs. If they were like marshmallows or wax, it would be very difficult for you to elevate from one level to another because you don't have that foundation, the solidness to get to propel you up to a further level. So aspects, it's all in perspective. It could be seen as evil and difficult, or it could be seen as this is a tool to help me get to the next level or stage in life.
Nice.
Nice. So is there like certain signs that are better than some things than other things? Like I'm gonna try to give you an example. Because they say like Scorpios are real sexual, or they really be attached to stuff. Like is that true, or is it just depends on the person?
It depends on what other planetary bodies are with that particular person. But for Scorpio, for this particular example here, it rules the libido, also rules sex, death, and transformation. Eroticism deals with secrets, deep secrets. They'll take a secret to the grave with them. But if you cross a Scorpio, then obviously they have a stinger, and you're going to get stung by the stinger as a result of that nature. So every sign has a particular quality. They have keywords, and the keyword for Scorpio is what? Like a key to a house or key to the door, key to your car. That key is I desire. So Scorpio is about their desires.
Man, so Scorpios are about their desires. Because you go through all of them, because we got people on here who I'm pretty sure are listening. They like, oh, I hope they say my sign. Could you go through like what the keys are to all the signs?
Yeah. Sorry with the Aquarius.
Starting with Aquarius.
Yeah.
Aquarius.
Start at the top.
Aquarius is what I know. So
I know.
I know. It's about not. That's the period that we're in. So we left Pisces before it was I believe. So everything is about belief systems. So that one goes back to your original question about religion and spirituality. We do things based upon belief. And then I'm going backwards. I guess I can move forward. So before Pisces, then you have Aquarius, as I know. And then we're going to go, which direction we're going to go? I'm getting myself tangled up here. All right, so after, Aries. We're going to go to Aries. So Aries, I'll do it that way. So Aries is the first of the Zodiac. And what Aries is, I am. You're the one. I am the first one out the gate. I'm the one to take action. So now after the Aries, we have Taurus. Taurus is about I have, the things that I have in life, my social well-being, my own personal finance. So that's what Taurus is. The next one after Taurus is Gemini. I communicate. Geminis like to communicate, talk. They could do smoke rings, any type of thing, internet, texting, or whatever. So it's all about communications for Gemini. Cancer is about I feel. It's about feelings. It's the nurturer, the mothering aspect of life. After Cancer, we have Leo. Leo's what? I will. That's the one on stage. Got to have the sunlight. You know.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. I know some Leos, man.
Yeah.
Got to be in the spotlight, boy.
Leos would be extremely depressed if the attention is not on them. Either the literal attention or the conversational attention. Have to be mindful regarding their heart. Leos, I have a Leo rising, so I'm coming into the aspect of shining and being on camera and things of that nature. But with that being said, with the Pluto being in Aquarius, that means that heart health, the literal heart, HEART, has to be strengthened. Have to learn not to wear your heart on your sleeve if you're specifically a Leo. The reason being is because those things are emotionally going to affect you. They could affect your literal heart or your metaphoric heart. Once again, dealing with astrology, you're dealing with signs and symbols, so like metaphors. So after we're leaving Leo, we're coming to the sign of Virgo the Virgin. So they're about analyzation. So I analyze. If you know any Virgos, they really want to get down to the heart of the matter, go beyond the threads down to the atoms. They want to really examine a particular issue. So that's when you're dealing with a Virgo. So Libra is I balance, because a balance about the balancing of relationships and things of that nature. We mentioned about Scorpio as I desire, the things that I desire in life. So that's that attraction, that magnetism. And then Sagittarius is I see. So Dave's ruled by Jupiter, so the vision is further out. There's got to be more to this reality than what it is. Then we come up on the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is I use the things around me to get what I want. So I could use myself, I could use others, I could use this particular object, but it's all about the key for a Capricorn is I use whatever is around me. If I use this feather, do whatever I need to get to my next move, because it's the seagull. The mountain's always going. It might take a little rest, but I got to keep climbing. As long as you're on this earth plane, a Capricorn is always going to go further in life, go higher and higher. Then after Aquarius, then we come to Aquarius once again. The season that we're in for the next 20 years with the Pluto and Aquarius, we're dealing with I know. So we're knowing about AI, and we're knowing about weird and unusual things. And then follow that with Pisces is I believe. So leaving the idea of I believe. So they're the musicians. Pisces, they want to escape. So they want to escape the reality. So they're going to escape through art and entertainment, through music, poetry, spoken word writing, or they're going to escape through doing coke, putting a needle in their arm or something in nature. But the whole aspect of if I can't control, all signs want to control, but their control is in different, seen from different angles. And Pisces control comes in. If I can't get everybody together, we all think in this one harmonious way, then I have to get away from you all. And if I can't literally get away from you mentally, I'm going to drift away from you, or I'm going to do something destructive or harmful to myself to get away.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
We have one listener. Shout out to our brother Malachi Muhammad. He said he missed his sign, Scorpio. His phone went out. Can you repeat?
I'm going to answer that one now, but I desire. Scorpio's like, I desire to get this phone went out.
You got that, brother?
I decided to get my answer. Yeah.
Yes.
Man, that's interesting.
Interesting. Wow.
So brother Shema'yah, if somebody wants like a I guess a consultation or a reading or something, how do they get in contact with you?
They can go to contact@shemayahbey.com.
Okay.
That's what I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay. And you also do like
contact@shemayahbey, yes, .com.
Okay. No apostrophe.
No, yeah, not for the email part.
Gotcha.
Okay. And what else do you do? Like you do readings, and what else?
I do readings, but mainly storytelling is my my thing. So
okay.
Yeah. If anyone is interested in stories on mystical and strange and things of that nature, they would really like the ritualbook.club. The ritualbook.club.
And it's a good book. I read the book. It's a good book.
I appreciate that. I got them on audio now. Yeah, on audio now. So if a person doesn't want to read, they can hear them on audio.
Nice. Okay, wow.
Yeah. Wow. Now I'm taking advantage of the whole AI thing. I use AI generated. So I'm taking advantage of put on transforming with the AI. So it's AI generated audiobooks.
All right, so we got Miss Wendy Noble. She says she's a true Pisces here in the building.
All right.
We also had Lady K's, who's a Scorpio. We got some Scorpios and some Pisces in the building.
Yeah.
A lot of water.
A lot of water signs.
Yeah. Water signs, right?
Yeah. So water signs are what? They're very intuitive. They're tapped into the dream world, the paranormal, so to speak. They're more, those water signs are more, they may or may not admit it, depending on what you say. Once again, how your cultural upbringing is, but they're very in tune to the unseen world and to other forces and species and entities that exist, both on the good and bad side of it. But they're more tapped in just by the nature of that water.
How about I guess earth signs?
Earth signs are very grounded. Earth signs are, I'm not going to go any further until I know that this ground is solid. So I don't care about any plans that you have and all this pie in the sky. You got all these dreams. If I don't actually see a physical plan, and when I step, if the ground is not solid, I'm not following you.
That sounds like Vonda.
And fire sign. Oh God, fire. Ignore him. You can get in trouble.
I think I'd ignore you on that because I believe you're next to a Capricorn as well. So
I know. I
Yeah,
hear.
that part. That's my sister. You better get something. You better get in
Tell her I'm
trouble.
playing, man.
yeah, I know you playing. I'd let her know you playing.
Yeah,
But fire signs. We like fire signs. Yeah, I know you. Yeah. But to answer the question about the fire signs, right? Fire signs, we burn through things like putting fire to a piece of paper. So we like to consume things. We go very fast. Like Aries may not, they have a great idea, but they may not complete their assignment because you'll burn out because you go, oh, now your turn, Aaron. I see. I
start a lot of things don't finish.
Going too fast.
Something I finish now. Some things now. Don't get nothing twisted.
Yeah, well, I know that part. So a Leo is a fixed fire, so they're going to stay in place. They're going to make sure that the spotlight or the direction is going to be on them. And a Sagittarius fire sign is immutable, so they're going to make the change or adjustment for whatever surrounding that they're around. So if they're around the priestcraft or the ministry, then they're going to fall in line with the priestcraft or ministry. But if they're around gangsters and underworld life activity, they could easily mute to that as well, because that's what mutable signs, they mute to whatever environment that they or individual that they're around.
Interesting.
That is interesting. So we got a Gemini in the building. What's going on with Geminis around like this time of year?
Well, Gemini, we're about to come into a Mercury retrograde coming up from this, I think maybe a few weeks from this conversation here, whatever today's date is, 2024. But Mercury, that deals with communication. So Geminis love to communicate. Geminis are twins. So they're one way in the morning, and in the evening, they may be a different person altogether. Geminis are easily distracted if they're like a balloon, like helium in a balloon. If it's not tethered or tied down to something, then it'll just wander all over the place. But with the Gemini energy and communication, they have that very well. They could find themselves not completing their job as well because they get attracted by something more exciting. So they may have an important business meeting to go to, or maybe a child's recital. Hopefully they don't forget that. But they may find one of their old friends and end up going to the bar with them or going to the store with them and missing out on a recital or something else that they have planned out because it's more exciting for a Gemini. The conversation or aspect is more appealing. So Geminis have to be mindful of staying on point and being on time for their particular meetings and scheduled events.
Okay. Yeah, so I put the link in there if you want to come on and ask Brother Shema'yah some questions. He might even do a short reading for you. You never know. This guy's real thorough when it comes to that.
On point.
So if you want to hit the link, you can hit the link and come on, family.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just find it interesting how the signs work. I know, like back in Philly, you was teaching me. This is a while ago. You was teaching me, about the charts and everything, and I still I ain't on it like I used to be, but I still know what's going on a little bit, things of that nature. Let me see. Malachi Muhammad says, Aaron, if you're an Aries, that's all my friends are. Hey, that's why we cool, man. That's why you on here today. Yeah, I'm definitely an Aries to the core.
Nice.
And my season is here, I believe.
Yeah, you want to see? So right now is a really good time. The North Node is in Aries right now. The Sun is in Aries.
What's the North Node?
It's a nodal point. So you got the moon we see in the sky. So it's in a you ever seen a hill, like a hill? A hill, right? So the moon, the moon is a globe, right?
Yes. I love it. It gives me back. Your shapes.
Yeah. A triangle.
A circle.
Right. So we got a globe. So it's an imaginary or energy wave that's like a hill on top of the northern part of the moon. And then the southern part of the moon would be at the hill on the opposite side of the, if you imagine an energy wave, so you're not really seeing it, but it's like energy, a nodal point where these two energy waves are meeting. It causes a knot, like you right here. So, and as a result of that, those nodal points have energy, and those energies have definitions. So the north node deals with going to the future, the gifts that the creator, God, whatever you call God or creator, those are the gifts that is waiting for you to take a hold of and be tangible. The south node is from prior activity, so the past, things that are behind you, even to, if depending on where you are in your current journey of thought, if you believed in reincarnation or reincarnated again, the south node deals with who you were in your past life. But if we were just staying in this particular lifetime here, the things that you did in the past, south node means to leave those things that weren't beneficial to you alone. So north node means they call it the dragon's head. Now in Chinese New Year, the year of the dragon, but normally it's called the year of fortune, the time of fortune for you. So north node is in the sign of Aries. So that means that this is the time to take action on the things that the gifts that are given to you. So whatever thoughts and ideas or creativity, no matter how wild and crazy they may seem to be, or you don't think that they could come to fruition, literally take action to write them down. That begins to take it out the unseen realm into our physical, tangible world. Then we also have it in the sign of Chiron. Chiron is also known as the wounded healer or the great healer. So it's a centaur. So that means that, so now you're dealing with the Greek mythos and things of that nature. But Chiron is an asteroid that came outside of our solar system, affecting our solar system here. So astrology uses Chiron as the wounded healer because it's the warrior, the one that helps bring your dream aspects. But it means that we learn through through either health, like our literal health being in decline, or requiring that how to transform, dealing with pain. So it's the wounded healer. That means that we have a type of mortal wound or something that could be emotional or a physical, literal wound. It's our ability to heal from that. So we have Chiron. So now we're dealing with what does Aries rule? It rules the head. So people with issues with mind issues or mental illness or disturbances and things of that nature could be more affected during this particular time period with the Chiron and Aries. That means, so if you're being affected by that, that means what? It means that you have to do something to, hopefully you would do something to help counter whatever is calling you a disease or problem in your body. You have the sun that's in Aries right now. You have the moon in Aries right now. So a whole lot of fire energy going on. So what that means, once again, opposite of Aries is Libra. So that means that they're social gatherings or individuals on an individual basis don't mean the best for you. That means it's time for you to let that go. And if you choose not to let it go, and if it's meant for you not to have it, then the creator, whatever you call the creator, is going to close that door, and you're going to find it more painful. But if you did it voluntarily, then the pain won't be as challenging or difficult. But this is a time period to take action on your dreams and ideas and to bring them to fruition. The only way that those dreams and ideas are going to come to fruition is by literally writing them down. And that's the beginning. That's a seed being planted into the literal terrestrial or into the ground, into the literal world, our 3D world, to make that happen.
Nice. So we have somebody on here, Michonne.
Yes. Hello.
Michonne.
Hey, family.
Hello, how are you?
I'm excited.
All right, peace and blessings to you. All right.
So, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So, let me just tell you, I believe I'm a beautiful person. I am a loving person. I love people and I love my people. I am a Sagittarius. But you said something that is true. You said it could be ministry, or if a Sagittarius with gangsters or the dark side, they could flow with that too. And yes, which is very true because I've been on both sides. Now, wow, I love ministry. I'm into that type of thing. And here's the thing, though. I'm always in a fight. It doesn't have to be physical. I'm talking about spiritual. But when I open up the Bible, it talks about God said he has evil in for a place too. So, so it could be a little confusion and like discriminatory in a sense. So that's my question to you. I'm always in a fight, I'm telling you. And it's not my fault.
Oh, it's not your fault?
No.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for that. So you said a couple things with regards to your question. I really heard more of a statement than a question, but I haven't speak because I'm a Sag. I understand like our fast talking. So one of the main reasons why you're in a fight is because right now your energy has been attracted to that. And until if you did something like a spiritual bath or divine bath, if you're doing that way, or changing your associations, or at the very, very least beginning to change your mental achievement or development. What I mean by that, I mean with regards to you've been so conditioned to experiencing fights, maybe not physical fights, but literal fights, that right now your body or your mind is sending out the signal to make sure that you encounter that you continue to meet up this particular role play that you've been had for quite some time. So therefore, if you want to see an experience where it doesn't have as many fights in your life, then you start seeing things from the aspect of people cooperating with you, giving you a lending and helping hand. So therefore, your projection, your meditation, your thought has to be from that aspect more so than from the aspect that I'm always fighting. Because if that's been your experience, so your mind or subconscious is automatically going to make sure that we have a fight for you to encounter, even if it's not physical. It might be arguing with somebody at the grocery store or whatever, or a person driving in the car cutting you off, because now your particular current vibration is set for, we got a battle because we're a fire sign. We'll party with you, but we still cut you. So you're not helping me out at all, Michelle. You know, I gotta be more serious.
No, it's like I'll party with you, but I'll cut you.
So I hope that assists you. I know she dropped off, but hope that does.
Nice. We have someone in the chat, Buffalo Spirit, shout out to you. That says, I was conceived on 9/11/1978. I'm not sure if that person wanted like a short reading or something. They put that information in there for you. I don't know if they want to be seen. I don't know if they want a reading. You gotta let us know, Buffalo Spirit.
Yeah, when I see 9/11, I think of emergency.
I know.
But I know that's not always the case. Yeah. But please like the video. Please go to, if you want a deep reading, go to Brother Shema'yah Bey. Contact at Shema'yah. Is that right? shemayahbey.com, family. And also you can find his books on there as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what's the person that put the 9/11/78? Where were they born at?
Where were you born, Buffalo Spirit?
Buffalo Spirit, if you're still on, let us know where you were born, because he could do a quick reading for you.
Yeah,
that would be great.
And shout out to everybody.
And shout out to everybody in the chat while he is handling some business right now. I'm just going to shout out those of you who are in the chat. We really, really appreciate you. R. Hogan, shout out to you. Our queen, Miss Wendy Nobles, Auntie Wendy is in the building. Top Channel 1, shout out to you. Princess Living Free is here in the building. Asuman, shout out to you. All right. And Lady Kays is in the building. Bernie Mills. We have our brother Malachi Muhammad is here. We have, who else? Did I miss anybody? Anika Ward is in the building. Shout out to you, Buffalo Spirit. And Make It Make Sense Queen is in the house as well. Nice, nice.
So I don't know if Buffalo Spirit is still on. Yeah. But yeah, so we don't know where he was born.
Okay.
Was she? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hopefully if they come back, then we'll
Greetings, Nomads.
Brother Rick Hill is in the building.
We got
Greetings
Rick Hill.
To you too.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you and your family. Yeah. Yes. I don't want to say nothing about being the jelly to Mama One's peanut butter. I know,
right?
I didn't know you were, in a situation, but that was funny at that time. And we definitely appreciate you being on now.
All the fam is in the building. Also members of the channel. S. Brown 2003 Martin. Shout out to the fam. They're over there in TZ.
Yeah, shout out to the
right.
family.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, we definitely
Stacy, Devin,
want to
and
link
the
up
kids.
with y'all
That's
soon.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, brother Shema'yah, when you do your readings, you need like the location.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah,
it would be very.
The time of day helps too, right?
Yeah, that would make it more accurate. But even if I didn't have the time of day, a person still can get a reading. But as long as you have the place of birth, the city or state, or the country that they were in, that would be helpful to help geographically Earth. Yeah.
So if somebody wants a quick reading, real quick, send your time of birth, month, year, day, and well, not the day. I don't know, just the month, the year, the day, and also where you were born at. If it's California, LA, New York, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, wherever it is, family.
I'm gonna see about the Buffalo Spirit. See if I can still help them out.
I don't know if they're still on.
Okay. I'll bring up the ephemeris and
Hi fam, and thanks for the intel. I'm a Sag too. We got a lot of Sagittariuses and Scorpios on here, and water signs as well. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat. Also, please remember, Mickey has you tell them about it. You got something special coming up for the family that's highly requested.
Highly requested. Requested webinar from those of you who have been sending messages and actually leaving messages also in a lot of the videos and whatnot that we have been putting out there. I have a webinar coming up. You can start registering now. It has hit the website, unapologeticnomads.com. You can go there. I'm going to also put the link in the chat for you guys as well. It is Unlocking International Opportunities, Strategies for Securing Lucrative Jobs Abroad. And abroad, we mean abroad. Okay. April the 20th. This is going to take place live via live Zoom. It's a webinar. It's not recorded. It will be live. I will be on. You can talk to us, ask questions, and we have great time in my webinars. Have an awesome time. So again, Unlocking International Opportunities. That's coming to you April the 20th this year, April 20th. It is your time, Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m., 12 noon to 2 hours packed with information and fun. So, and then Mountain Standard Time, that would be 9 o'clock a.m. for you guys if you're somewhere in the Midwest.
That's right.
You know, you're further out if you're in the West. So 9 a.m., that's Mountain Standard Time, 9 a.m. to 11. Eastern Standard Time, you will be jumping on at 12 noon to 2. And then my time is 8 p.m. at night. So yeah, because I'm way over here on the other side of the world. But yes, but I put together some things for you guys. I have gotten a big demand for this information and want to share it with you. So you can also go on and sign up now as we speak.
That's right. And Auntie Wendy's, we know that she is from Texas. So yeah.
All right.
Texas.
Let's see here.
Yeah. March 4th, 1960.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Auntie Wendy.
The part is real interesting about that March the 4th. My father, he's in the world of spirit, but he was born on March the 4th, Pisces.
Man,
wow,
look at that.
Wow.
That's something. That's really something. You said Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Texas.
Like Dallas or anywhere, or Houston, or?
Is it Houston? Where's it at, Auntie Wendy? Let us know. Dallas?
I think it was Dallas.
Dallas, okay. I'll put Dallas in there.
Is it Dallas, Auntie? I think it was Dallas.
Yeah, I believe it's Dallas.
All right. Let's look
Yes,
up.
I'm right.
Dallas. Look at that.
Dallas.
Look up Auntie Wendy.
Yeah, and shout out to B Patton. For concerns, cancers. I can't see, man. I cannot see far.
For concerns.
Cancers. You stated we are fillers. Would you elaborate on that? Everything breaks my heart. And thank you. Yeah, that's Ayla's a Cancer.
Ayla's a Cancer. Our baby.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah. So what are cancers? They're Cancer the crab, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what type of environment do they live in? What's their body type? Is it soft
it's
or hard?
On the outside. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and gooey on the inside.
Only on the inside.
So Cancer's got to protect their innards, their stomach, the breast area, things of that nature, because of their nurturing, their need to care for others or to be cared for. So they got to be mindful. All of us do, but especially Cancer's got to be really mindful of who we put our attention to. Are we putting our energy into good soil, or is it bad soil? And if it's bad soil, then time for us to uproot that or leave that be. Is that helpful, or?
I believe so.
All right, I'm gonna see it. Have Auntie Wendy here. All right, Auntie Wendy, I got her chart up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do this again. Said March. March. Oh, let me do it one more time. We gotta keep talking or something of that nature. I put the
all right, okay, cool, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I put her in as April instead of March.
Okay. Yeah. Take your time, good brother. We the Unapologetic Nomads, and as y'all know, we're unapologetically nomadic. So please make sure y'all continue to tune into our channel. We definitely appreciate you for always supporting us. That's right. We definitely do. Right. My wife just came from a long spiritual journey in Nepal. Yes. And she has these spiritual bowls, and like when we bring the spiritual bowls, it just like really calms the spirit down and things like that. I don't know who told you about them bowls.
I've always been intrigued with sound healing, and it's just like, wow. And I've been always drawn to try to visit. That's where they make them, actually. They make those bowls. It's just amazing. By hand, using 7 different metals. Each metal represents a chakra in your body. And they are absolutely mind-boggling. It ripples through my entire being. I love it. I had to get 2 bowls before I left. But you have the sound bowl, you have the singing bowl, and the healing bowl. Yeah, it was amazing. Amazing experience. Yeah.
Well, that's good. It sounds like you're really metaphorically and literally in tune with the vibration.
Absolutely.
And, those ancient sciences and sounds are really important for us for our not only our physical but our spiritual and emotional development as well. Once again, it goes back to that Chiron and Aries. The ears are within the head, and the auditory vibration making you feel better.
I didn't know I got one.
Yeah. Vonda, she's into the singing bowls as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, y'all have some singing bowls?
Just say that my wife has one. That's all you have to say.
So Auntie Wendy has a sun in Pisces. She has a moon in Gemini. So her communication could be, she likes all kind of information, to put it that way. And she has a conjunction with Mercury in Pisces as well. So she's very in tune to the unseen or hidden realm and things of that nature. Got Venus in Aquarius. So Aquarius, once again, she's attracted things of, she likes the esoteric or the robots and science fiction type of things as well. She may or may not admit that, but definitely there's an attraction to that. She has Jupiter in Capricorn. So she should be very knowledgeable in business or business things or banking things.
Oh, yes, she is.
Yeah, so that should be really something that always brings her wealth to those people. She's always expanding in that particular area. She has Uranus and Leo. So right now, this particular time period too, Auntie Wendy has to guard and protect her heart as well. Now we get Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto and Uranus connecting to one another could be seen as malefic, meaning that have to take your time. So be mindful of who are the right individuals around you. And this is a time to, it's okay to let them be, so to speak. That way she has to protect her metaphoric and her literal heart from this time period going on, because Pluto and Aquarius will be there for the next 20 years. And the reason why this is important now, because Uranus deals with sudden and unexpected things, and we're dealing with sharp objects and electrical things of that nature. So during this particular time period, not to be fanatical or scared to do anything, but just be a little bit more mindful and moving forward around certain sharp objects or electrical outlets and things of that nature. She has the Pluto in Virgo. So Pluto deals with extremes. It deals with the transformation of thing, and Virgo deals with the digestion, dealing with the animal. So she could really see the details of things. Could be hypercritical. Her tongue could be very. If she could really cut someone if she wanted to.
You sure you haven't met Auntie? I love you, Auntie.
Yeah.
And just to wrap things up, she has her North Node is in Virgo. So North Node, once again, is the more that she analyzes, the more that she's more earthy, grounded, the more blessings that come to her as well. So that's like a really quick read for Miss Wendy there.
Nice, man. That sounds exactly like a
wow.
Yeah, shout out to Auntie Wendy.
Shout out to Auntie.
We got special guests in the room, family. Like our number one subscriber or watcher and friend, Malachi Muhammad, currently in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Let me cut the mic on. Yeah, how you doing,
What's
Malachi?
going on, y'all?
What's going on? Peace and love.
I just had a. Oh, I'm good. I'm driving this 18-wheel across the country.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
headed to actually Mickey's state. I'm going to Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Oh wow!
Let's see. All right.
Nice.
All right.
And I was in Philly a couple weeks ago.
Isn't that something?
Oh wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Man, you should have hit me up, man. I was there a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago.
It was real quick, Aaron. I
okay.
was only there for like a real short time.
Okay.
Yeah. That's good, man. We're going to link up one day. Yeah. You have any questions for the brother Shema'yah?
Who?
The brother Shema'yah. You have any questions?
Yeah, about as far as like business.
Okay.
Like I do real estate also. Besides this, I'd like to know is that something that I should keep pursuing, and would I be successful in that?
Well, I could look at the chart thing, or I could just go say, if you like doing it, continue to do it.
He needs some more information.
What is your
he's a Scorpio.
Scorpio, yeah.
Yeah, what's your birthday?
November 18th.
November 18th. Let's see here. What year? Do you mind me asking? What year? What year?
Oh, 77.
77. Okay. What city and state?
I was born in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Shreveport.
Okay.
Wow, all right.
The Lou.
The boots.
All right.
Boots.
All right.
That's right. St. Louis is the Lou. My bad, man. Golly.
All right.
Auntie Wendy said you were spot on. Oh my God.
Oh, I appreciate that.
That was spot on. From what I know, Auntie Wendy, that was spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was definitely spot on. From what I know, especially with the lashing with the tongue thing. Auntie Wendy could get you.
She gives you what you need.
Yes,
that's right. She'll give you what you need when you need.
And we're gonna have Auntie Wendy on here soon because Auntie Wendy was in Rwanda and she's in a different location now. Yeah. And y'all are gonna want to see this, and y'all are gonna want. You're not gonna want to miss this one. So I'm gonna make sure I put it up early so you know when we're coming on and things like that. Because Auntie Wendy, yeah. You don't want to miss that, family.
Shout out to Coffee, who is in the building. Greetings to see the both of you here live today. Shout out to you. Greetings.
What about Steelers Nation? We don't know nothing about that, family.
Pittsburgh.
We know absolutely nothing about that. The only nation we know of is the Eagle Nation, family.
Eagles.
That's the only nation we know about or have any care about. Okay. Yeah, so Malachi Muhammad, how's the weather out there?
Where I'm at right now, it's sunny, man. It's real nice. It's about 64 degrees. I'm in Tennessee, over here in the mountains.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Tennessee. You said Tennessee?
You said Tennessee?
Is he
there?
Tennessee.
Oh,
okay,
good, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I
Yeah.
always wanted to
Is
go
that
to
where?
Tennessee.
Is that where? 'Cause my dad took us there one summer. Was it Shenandoah Valley? Is that different state?
You got it up?
I want to say that Shenandoah Valley.
I'm not sure.
It's pretty.
I think I'm around Oneida, Tennessee right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not north of Knoxville.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Now I heard there's some pyramids in Tennessee. I'm not sure about that. Maybe Shema'yah know about that. You heard about the pyramids in Tennessee?
I didn't, but I'm not surprised if they are there. The pyramids and mounds are all over the Americas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So I have the brother's chart up. Once again, he mentioned that he's a Scorpio. Believe it or not, he has the moon in Pisces as well. So he's very in tune with the unseen realm. He must have some amazing dreams and things of that nature. He has a Mercury in Sagittarius. So he has his Mercury ahead of his sun. So that means that he's very intuitive. He can see things before they happen. He may or may not admit that on this particular live here, but he definitely
have done that.
Yeah, you definitely have that ability to see things happen before they do happen. Once again, he has Venus in Scorpio, so he loves beautiful things and beautiful women and things of that nature. He has to be mindful of not allowing that to be his downfall, but be his upliftment by attracting the right person in his life. Once again, he has Mars in Leo, so he's born to shine as well, to be on the stage. He takes action. He got to be attention is very, very important for him as well. Just like the sister before him with the Uranus in Leo, he has Mars in Leo, and those particular energies right now require with the Pluto going there. So Pluto is represents death, Mars meaning the warrior. So you have to be mindful of your health. Make sure that your heart strength is good. Make sure your blood pressure is at a level that is conducive for your particular body type and nature. Once again, you have Jupiter in Cancer, so family is really big for you. Even if you may be with them or may not be with them, but that's a really big aspect for you. If you, depending on your relationship with them, that could be an upliftment for you, or it could be something that tugs on you and pulls you down. You have Saturn in Virgo. So Saturn in Virgo, once you could be very hypercritical when it comes to analyzing things, but also could be very shrewd when it comes to business, which he asked about. So his business acumen is very good. He will definitely dot the I's and cross the T's because that's his particular nature when it comes to business. You have Uranus and Scorpio. I mentioned that earlier. You have Pluto and he has Neptune in Sagittarius too. So traditional religion or going to church, even though the name is Malachi, or going to the masjid may not be, he may just do that out of tradition, but he also has the ability to think beyond or in addition to what he's part of the religious paradigm, so to speak. He has Pluto in Libra, so Pluto does what extremes, the transformation. So he has extremely transformative relationships. So when it comes to a romantic relationship or a business partner relationship, he knows where the secrets and the bodies are, as well as when it's over, it's over. And if we're doing it till the wheels fall off. So that's the extreme nature with Pluto and Libra there. And this North Node is in Libra as well. Pardon me. So the more that Malachi acts like a Libra, a little bit more lengthy to research to go into it, the more that he behaves, even though he's a Scorpio, but the more attributes that they take on as a Libra. And Libras are more like the generals. Mars, they're more like the ones that let's go get it. But the Libras are the one that dictate the rules of the playing field. So the more that Malachi acts like a Libra, the more blessings that he's going to experience. So that means partnering with the right people and business is going to do very well for him in his career.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
And what's your Cashapp, Brother Shema'yah?
$ Shema'yah Bey. No apostrophe.
Yeah, our good brother Shema'yah Bey is doing a lot of work out here. If y'all want to bless him, you can bless him. But yeah, Malachi Muhammad, what you think about that?
He was 100% on point.
Man.
Woo, I told you.
100%.
Our brothers, no joke.
Man.
Wow. And by the way, you contact him via the email address that I put in the chat. I think I put it in there twice. I'll do it again. I'm also about to throw his Cashapp in there, but the reading goes even deeper. If you have any personal questions, things maybe about relationships or things like that, he can go even deeper. This is just like scratching the surface.
This barely scratching the surface.
Deep. He can get deep. So for that, you would want to contact him. We don't want your business all over. Contact him. We want to know all your business, you know. I mean, health and everything. Like, yes, he goes very deep. So I'm putting his Cashapp out here now.
And also,
sure I got it right.
Shema'yah, you think it's a good time for him to make those business moves?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Right now, he's going through. If he does it during the eclipse, it may chop off his desire. So he went to wait to after the eclipse, at least until after the 8th. If he can hold on until after the 8th? Because normally eclipse energy will last from 6 months to a year from the time that it happened. I'm not telling him to wait no 6 months to a year. But right now we're in a void period. We're just leaving the lunar eclipse and going to the solar eclipse. So I think somebody mentioned peanut butter and jelly earlier, like sandwiches. So one slice of the bread was a lunar. And right now we're in the middle part. I mean, the sandwiches haven't completely come together as of yet. So whatever business ideas that he has, if he can hold out until at least give it like a week or so after the 8th, even though you're still in the magnetic energy of that or tug, to go ahead and begin to move on his aspirational goals and things of that nature.
Can I say something to that?
Yeah.
Because I had a goal around April the 9th that I was looking at to actually do some things. And I'm waiting on some systems as far as my real estate business. And I'm like in the waiting period. So I'm glad you said that. So that helped me because I was kind of getting a little impatient.
Yeah.
On waiting on things. So that helped out a whole lot.
That'd be real good. And if you could hold on for a little bit longer, because we're going to come up into a Mercury retrograde, it's really not time to sign contracts. If you have to sign a contract, just make sure you read it 2 or 3 times, and don't be surprised if you have to go back over it, further out in a year. But as long as you know going in, if you're put in a position that you have to do it, then just double check, maybe triple check it, and be with the understanding that you're going to be doing some shifting. So your road might not necessarily be straight to get to your term. You're a truck driver, so sometimes you got to take an alternative route to get to your destination. You still get to your destination, but it might not have been the original route that you started out on.
Man, look at that metaphor. Look at that.
Makes total sense.
All right.
All right, brother Malachi, we're going to holler at you, man.
I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you.
Safe travels, too. Have fun. Safe travels.
I see you have Bantu up there.
Bantu, daughter of Zion, is in the building. He's putting your information in for
Virgo.
Right.
You're not going to believe this. You got another moon in Pisces.
Man, what's up with the moon and Pisces here? It's water.
All the water coming together. They got up in the ether and said we need to link up.
Wow.
Yeah, so the moon in Pisces, so she's very intuitive too. This individual is very intuitive. Mercury in Libra. So her conversation needs to be balanced when it comes to relationships. Could be prone to some emotional instability when it comes to people or situations not relating or being balanced in her life. So she has to make sure that she can control or be stable when people call her or don't call her, not worry about them not calling as well. Got Venus in Scorpio, another Venus in Scorp. So once again, dealing with secrets, the underworld attraction to other people's wealth and money. Detective is really good. The underworld activity in life, not telling you to live that life, but that's a natural attraction affinity. Wealth banking is very good for this particular individual, especially the other person's wealth of money, desirous of that. Libido is very strong. He has Mars in Capricorn, very good in business or business acumen, taking action upon that. Good with could be a good politician, very fiery, down to the part to the point of dealing with community aspects and things of that nature. that Mars there being in Capricorn, Mars wants to go fast, Capricorn wants to take its time. So this particular individual has to take her time when it comes to banking, to business, and things of that nature. But the Mars want to go fast, but the Capricorn said, no, let's put the brake on. There's a curve coming up. She has Jupiter in Pisces, so there's a very expansive period. So she would be very good in arts and entertainment world, things of that nature. The opposite side of that Pisces, the fish going downstream, could be emotionally debilitating, could find themselves prone to some type of narcotic or alcoholism if they're not in control or in balance of their environment or reality, the way they see things. Has Saturn and Sagittarius, so may have an aversion or a challenge when it comes to spirituality or higher schools of thought and learning. Uranus and Sagittarius as well means that do things in an unusual way, consciousness. With the Sag energy or fire energy, have to be not always be in the clouds, but be mindful and grounded. So her thoughts are very creative, ideas come at unusual at different times, either to harness them, bring them in, write them down. Neptune and Capricorn, again, a business dealing with the entertainment world would be very, if she's I don't know if this person's a singer or into something of that nature, would do very well business-wise when it comes to the arts and entertainment or music world. And Pluto and Scorpio, once again, Pluto deals with what? Extreme transformations, deals with controlling the unseen realm or the hidden realm in the sign of Scorpio. So that means extreme wealth could come to this particular individual if they work in a particular area of entertainment or arts, etc.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm not sure about the feedback with that, but that's for you, Bantu. Let me see the name.
Bantu, daughter of Zion.
Yeah, Bantu, daughter of Zion. If you want to hit the link, and Brother Shema'yah can hook you right on up. Put your birthday, year, and birth location in the chat. And this is what Brother Shema'yah does. He does this, and he's also a world-renowned author. So
Absolutely.
make sure, and this is very special. I don't know if y'all know, but this is a very special moment right now, and a very good opportunity to actually do this. So as you can see, everybody who he's been giving readings to is like, yo, you 100%. Brother, he knows his stuff. So definitely hit him up. We have Janine here. And if you can, hit the link so that we can get you in here, family.
I
Hit
think
the
someone
link.
asked if they can come on.
Yeah, you can come on if you want. Just hit the link.
Coffee, I think you were asking what. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I come on live here? So
I'm gonna put the link.
he's putting the link in there now, so you can hit the link and come on live.
You can hit the link and come on in here. Yeah. This is the link. It's in the chat, so you can just hit that. Now Janine was born in the Lou. Shout out to everybody in the Lou. Mm-hmm. I got good friends out there in the Lou. Shout out to the Lou family. Mm-hmm. And Janine's birthday is right here. 1/29/81. Now, people who were born in 1981 are some of the greatest beings. Let me do this one, Shema'yah. You don't got to do this. If you were born in 1981,
oh boy,
you're one of the greatest beings that ever touched the face of the earth. Hold your head up high because you were great. Okay, if you were born in 81,
why is that? Oh my.
You're great. And that's all you need to know. All right, next.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's really good, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know anybody born in 81?
Well, yours truly was born in 1981. Janine was born in 1981. We got a lot of great people who was born that year. That's a year for you right there, family.
All right, let's take a look at Janine, see where we at.
All right. While he's handling business right now, go ahead. Ready?
Yeah, Janine is Aquarius.
Okay.
All right. So age, I know this is really her lifetime. These next 20 years, she takes advantage of it. She may be inventing a robot or flying a spaceship or doing something, or at the very least writing about spaceships if she's not literally flying in one. The moon in Scorpio, a lot of that Scorpio and Pisces energy today. She has the moon in Scorpio, Mercury in Aquarius. So her thoughts are out there. So she definitely could, at the very least, it's not literally flying a plane or some other type of technology, Stargate or whatever. At the very least, she'd be writing about it or engaging that. So that whole sci-fi world and reality, this is her time period. Venus in Capricorn. So once again, her attraction is to business. Wealth to come to her. Banking would go very well for her. She needs to use her, because Venus deals with attraction and Capricorn deals with use. So she could easily attract the type of OPM, other people's money, to whatever endeavors that she's looking for. She has Mars in Aquarius. So she has a stellium. Stellium means 3 or more planets in the same sign. So she has right now Sun, Mercury, and Mars in Aquarius. Now they're all going to be conjuncting Pluto. This is definitely her time period. So I wouldn't be surprised if she invents something that really helps humanity, because Aquarius deals with humanity. So there's an invention. She hasn't invented it already. That's ready to be birthed coming through her. That's going to benefit all of us coming through her. She has Jupiter in Libra. So therefore is in a very expansive thought. So now Libra deals with partnering. She partners with the right people. The invention that's inside of her that's going to benefit humanity could come out and be paid for and benefit her and her family, as well as humanity as a whole. She has Uranus in Scorpio. Got to be mindful of the deep secret. She has a 29 degrees. So 29 degrees is the coming out the final angle of, because it's 30 degrees in a particular house or sign. She has a 29. So she's pretty mastered the life skills of being a Scorpio. So everything that comes with a Scorpio, she has mastery over it, knowingly or unknowingly. So Scorpio and Aquarius, they square one another. So she may have had hard times when it came to the area of sexuality. I think that's more something that's not for the internet. But I'll move on here. She has Neptune and Sag. So once again, we're dealing with the spirituality of things and the unseen realm. So she's tapped into psychically, spiritually as well. So that's like a quick reading for Janine.
Nice. Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you, family. So we have somebody here in the back, Xena Warrior Queen. We're gonna add you on. It's better if we can add you on, because we can't get no feedback when you just put your birthday and stuff in the chat. Okay. So if we can add you on, that's a lot better. How you doing, Xena Warrior Queen?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing good.
Oh, thank you.
Great to have you.
My first time coming on. I love you guys.
Love you right back.
Yeah, love you right back.
And I'm totally into astrology. I came down. I was working upstairs in my office, and I came down to get something to eat, and I saw you guys doing this, and I'm like, okay, work's gonna have to wait.
Wow.
But I have a question. So are you doing I didn't catch the brother's name, so I'm sorry, but are you doing true sidereal or are you doing tropical?
I'm doing tropical.
Okay, so I follow true sidereal, but I had a question. So my Jupiter is in Pisces in the 10th house. That's in true sidereal. So I was just curious about, so in sidereal, I think it's Taurus that's going to be going into Jupiter. I think it's probably different from tropical, but I'm just curious with that information, kind of what your thoughts are about how that's going to affect me.
With the Jupiter on into Taurus, or Jupiter being in Pisces?
Yeah, either one. Is it go in tropical in May? It's going to go. It's going to transition, I think, to Taurus in sidereal.
Yeah, right now, tropically, Jupiter is in Taurus.
Okay, and then in May, tropically, it's going to go.
Normally it's going to go to it's going to go after Taurus. Will be what's after Taurus? Will be Gemini, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious for me with my Jupiter being in Pisces.
So what does Jupiter does? What it does? Expand.
Expand, right? And it's in the 10th house. Right.
So 10th house, what is your career that you're taking a break on right now to Kuwait? So
how you know?
Yeah, so right now you and I are laughing.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So the 10th house is the midheaven. That's our pinnacle in life, our society, and being with that means that's where we shine at the most. So one way for us, now I'm answering your question, Xena, but this is for everyone to appreciate. The houses are where things take place. The houses are things where things take place. The zodiac, the planets represent people. The planets represent people, and the zodiac sign represents the role or the actor or actress is going to play, the role that's going to play. So for Zena's question, the 10th house, we're dealing with career, the way society sees us on a very public stage, a public manner, and it's a place of a career. So right now she talked about Jupiter. Jupiter is it could be the judge, or it could be the professor, or it could be the minister or the imam. So this professor and the imam is wearing a robe, the robe symbolic of Pisces. So imagine this imam with the t-shirt with the Pisces symbol, Pisces, the two fish, one going upstream and downstream. So then also very intuitive. We talked about earlier being a water sign. So with Pisces being that particular zodiac sign in the 10th house, she has the ability to shine, or very, very intuitive when it comes to her career, comes to seeing with the boss, or if she's not the boss is thinking, or what her coworkers are thinking. So she could use that to her advantage to have what do you call it, a sixth sense, so to speak, on how to move and maneuver. And her artistic abilities, and like I see, the unseen realm working in conjunction with her, she would do very well, or she should do very well when it comes to career aspect. So once again, the Pisces is the artistry of things, dealing with either poetry, written things, painting, drawing, or even generative AI and things of that nature. So if she does not do that already, incorporating that to her career life, she would do extremely well, because it's in her 10th house.
Yeah. So I'm in marketing, so that's
so it works right there, the advertising.
Yeah. The other thing is, so I'm a rising Taurus.
Sure.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't have no thought. So the thought is the rising side of Taurus. So rising, what is, you're coming into this aspect of living. So people see you, they could either see you as being very generous, or you could be seen as being very selfish. But Taurus is about the things that I have. So it's about your personal possessions, your value system, your social standing in the world. So people could see you as a socialite, or could see you as snobbish or standoffish, depending on what role that you decide to play in this particular world of paradigm.
That's true. People will probably say both. Depends on who you ask.
Right.
Either a socialite or a kind of funny acting.
Right. Exactly.
Cool. Thank you so much. So your contact info, is it in the stream somewhere? I'd love to reach out.
Sure.
Yes.
I look forward to it. Yeah, it's contact at shemayahbey.com. That's
Put in there again.
Cool. This is awesome. Thanks, guys, for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so
Our
much.
pleasure.
Zena Warrior Queen. Thank you so much.
All righty. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, brother Shema'yah, man, we definitely appreciate you for readings. If you want to read, I'm not sure how much time you have.
I can do 5 more minutes, but I'm good. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for this.
Yeah. Maybe one more if you want to have your reading or whatever.
Just let me know. Just let me know which one you want. Just let me know.
Okay. We'll wait for somebody to put it in there. So if you put your information in there, the first one, you'll be the one we do, and we're gonna do one more, and that's about it. And then when we get off, I might need you to hook me and my wife up to see if y'all could do one for us.
Yeah. Now, guys, I'm gonna let you know for a longer reading, because this is part of what he does, even though he's an author as well. But definitely for a longer reading, of course, there is a cost that comes with that, because you have to take care of the person who's taking care of you. So a longer reading is a lot deeper. You're gonna be on here a lot longer with him. You can ask any question. Health, your sex life, business,
Your
whatever things about whoever you're with, anything, so definitely he's simply amazing. So definitely know that there is a cost, but it is worth it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. He is amazing, definitely. But yeah, reach out to him, and I just put his information. Did I put that there?
Yeah, and put his Cashapp too if you still have it.
Yes. Contact at shemayahbey.com, and his Cashapp is.
Yeah, it's important. We definitely support our brothers and sisters out here doing their thing.
Yes.
And And this is a very special moment right now, because this brother, he really knows his stuff.
There we go.
You know, if you just don't know which direction to go with certain moves you're making, you know, it's good to have like people who can not just point you and tell you do this, but just different like ways of thinking and perspectives and things like that. Yeah.
You're very welcome. Mm-hmm. And I think I saw some family on there. Big Dev is in the building. Shout out to him.
Devin,
yeah. Who else popped in there? Let's see. African Queen, one Giselle. We haven't seen her in a long time. Shout out to this sister. I think she jumped off. She had to go. And Love in Africa. Shout out to you. Who else did we miss? Some of you we did the reading for.
Yeah, Love in Africa. You definitely can.
Love in Africa. Yes, you can. Yes, we put the information here. It's contact at shemayahbey.com. And it's in the chat.
Yep.
And let's see. Do we miss anyone?
I think that's everybody. Yeah, nice. That's everybody.
Nice. Awesome.
So me and my wife, we're gonna be traveling to Africa. We did not let y'all know what country yet, but we're gonna go there and it's gonna be a good time. So make sure y'all definitely stay tuned to that when we check out and head back to the continent. It's been a year since we've been there. So it's gonna be, you know, just a wonderful experience for us. And it's gonna also be a wonderful experience for you. So make sure you definitely tap in with us and continue to support the Unapologetic Nomads. Shout out to Auntie Wendy. We're gonna get with you soon, Auntie Wendy. Let us know what's up with the internet. I know certain countries in Africa was having little issues with the internet.
Yeah.
And hopefully everything is cool now. So yes, Brother Shema'yah, I don't see nobody else putting anything in the chat. Yes. But I'm pretty sure you have there's a couple people that's gonna hit you up off of this. All right, so we have Lady K's, and Lady K's is gonna be the last person that we're gonna do today. I'm gonna put this up here.
Detroit. Okay.
Lady K's is the last one that's gonna be up here. Shout out to Detroit. Definitely shout out to Detroit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got a lot of 80s babies, huh?
Yeah. Y'all 80s babies.
Yeah, we got the best. That's the best time. That was the best time to be alive. The best time.
70s is better.
Yeah, had some good stuff in the 70s.
Yeah.
All those times. You know, it starts getting a little janky around the 2000s.
Yeah, no. Yeah. That's wrong right there. That's young.
No, I'm playing. Shout out to the young people. Ayla was born 2005. Yeah. Shout out to that. You know, they're smart and they're on a whole different kind of thing.
Oh yeah, definitely whole different. Now y'all find this interesting. Lady K is a Scorpio, so we've been dealing with Scorpios and Capricorns today. Scorpios, Capricorns.
That's true.
Yeah, it's very interesting how one and Pisces energy attracting to one another. So she has a sun in Scorpio, the moon in Capricorn. So Lady K is a very serious-minded individual. The jokes is not really popping like that. It's got to be really funny for her to maybe crack a smile, things of that nature. She has Mercury and Scorpio as well. So her communication could be on the whole business aspect of things. It could be on detective stuff. She could be a very good detective, as well as could be if her thing was, pardon me, maybe I was not supposed to say that part, but Scorpio rules the libido, so that conversation, that world is very interesting, very explorative for Lady K. She has Venus in Libra, 0 degrees of Libra. So she's new to the whole relationship aspect of thing, even though she's been on an airplane long enough to be in relationships. But when it comes to balancing out relationships, to use wisdom and attracting the right person and repelling the person's not the best for you at that moment. She has Mars and Virgo. So her analytical ability is very, with that Scorpio energy lined up, she's very good at identifying a BS person, a bullshit or something.
Right.
Yeah, and calling them on it and have no fear of calling them on that. She has Jupiter in Sagittarius too. So she's the whole idea of spirituality, higher learning. It's more than this world than what it's seen. That's really big for her. There's got to be more than this just tangible world. So she could be out there too with her mind and thought and idea. A very erudite or educated individual. This person. Uranus and she has Saturn and Scorpio too. So she has a stellium in Scorpio. So it appears that that's more of a private reading that may have had challenges in the area of sexuality or not so pleasant events happening to her. So I'll move on from there. Uranus is Sagittarius. So this knowledge, information comes to her at an unusual and unexpected time. This internet with the AI and ChatGPT, etc., is going to really be her friend. She's definitely going to be able to interact with that artificial intelligence to build and go back and forth in her own personal development and moving forward. She has Neptune. I said Neptune and Sag. I didn't say Neptune. So she has a stellium too, and stellium means 3 or more planets in the same sign. So she has Jupiter, she has Uranus, and she has Neptune inside the Sagittarius. So things of higher learning, spirituality is really, really important and big for her. So when one of those planets are affected, all those planets are affected. So she has like a supercharge when it comes to the unseen world. Once again, higher learning aspects and things of that nature. We're going to go down to her North Node is in Gemini. So Gemini and Sagittarius oppose one another, they're opposites. So the more she starts communicating in a way that normal people, because Sagittarius could be out there and Gemini could be down to earth or out there. So the more that she starts to look into Gemini activity, the more blessings that she's going to experience during this lifetime going around. So I would advise her to look into North Node Gemini. And as a result of that, taking on those positive aspects. And because Gemini, the detriment or the Achilles heels of Gemini is not staying on point. They could be two-faced. So she wants to be direct and straight in her vision and moving forward. So the more she acts like a Gemini this lifetime, the greater blessings are going to come to her.
Nice. All right, Lady Case, I hope that was nice for you. I hope that helped you out a little bit. If you want to go a little deeper, you can always hit up Brother Shema'yah. Nice. The link is in the chat room. Yes, that's right. Yes. And we appreciate you, Brother Shema'yah, you and all the work that you do. I'll make sure I'm gonna get you. Do you have any new books out right now?
I've been working on this Order of the Boneless for quite some time, so hopefully it'll be out in a few months. I do have a new book come out. I have to give you the link. I'll give that to you off the air, and then maybe you can share it with your audience, called Method 369 on how to manifest your desires.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. I love that quote you have there on that post in the back. You deserve what you tolerate. That's heavy. Is that a book or it's more like a personal growth?
It was one of the characters in my book said that. It's Paradise is the star of the book, and her aunt said to her, "You deserve what you tolerate," by her making bad decisions with bad men. So she deserved what came to her. But ultimately, you're a hero. You want to rise to the top.
Nice. Yeah, I put your website in there. So guys, his website is there as well. Check him out. He has amazing books. He is a wonderful writer as well. And I guess it kind of be in the realm of what, like sci-fi meets what?
Oh, what the ritual?
Yeah, your genre. Kind of like
Yeah. Like a mystical thriller. It's
Yeah.
And if you want to even go deeper, I would say like fact-based fiction. So you take things that happen in our reality and you twist them with a fictional aspect to it.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're into mystical things and thrillers, you'll really love the Ritual series. Essentially, my character Paradise, she's torn between two worlds. Her grandmother, who taught her the science of magic and the occult, the unseen world, how to use that science, and her mother, who is extremely religious. So she's caught between the middle of not using science or magic to help her situation out. And basically what happens is she finds herself in a situation that physical things just can't do it. So she has to return to the science of our people. The spiritual world, right?
Nice. And this is a series, right?
A series, yes.
Yeah.
But you can jump in at any book to appreciate it, but it is a series to answer your question. And I do have it on audio book if a person wanted to just listen to it, they didn't want to take the time to read it. Once again, it's the ritualbook.club, and you can download whatever you're looking for.
Yes.
As I was reading your book, I've noticed that it's a lot of little rituals and little like gems in there. You know, is it real or is it just something you made up?
It depends on what ritual. If I did put something in there and you have the eyes to see, then it's meant for you to see it.
Okay. I'm gonna just leave it there.
And if you're not into or you're not awakened to it, then you just read a line or you just skipped over that.
Right. All right.
Well,
we appreciate you, Brother Shema'yah, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much. Thank you to you as well.
Nice. Is there anything you'd like to say before you go?
No, just stay blessed. Keep a positive mind. Love who loves you, and who doesn't, let them go.
Woo.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Nice.
Love it.
Love you and love your wife as well.
Most definitely appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Shout out to you, brother. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Always a blessing.
All right. Peace. And that's Brother Shema'yah. Definitely a good brother. You definitely got to check him out. You know, on his whatever he does, just check him out because he that brother knows his stuff, man.
He's deep, and his literature, his books are awesome. A great writer, and me, I love writers. I'm a writer as well, so great writer. And you get your deeper reading, yes, when you contact him at contact@shemayahbey.com. And definitely we thank all of you guys for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to hear from you, to see you, to meet you in the chat and everything. Some of the family, some people we haven't seen in a while. We thank you for coming through, stopping through. This was amazing for me. I love this.
It was.
Yeah. So.
And we're gonna ask our good brother Rick Hill's question. Nomads, if you were financially wealthy out of all the countries you've been to, which one would you choose to live in? That's a good one.
That's a good one.
We'll answer separately, but I think we're gonna have the same answer.
My answer is gonna be kind of layered for a reason. It's layered. For me, as a traveler, I would want, if I was financially like really rich, able, I would want a house on probably each continent. There are beautiful places my eyes have seen that God has created that is like unconscionable. And I know you're probably talking about the continent of Africa, of course. It would have to be a place that is, can I use the word sustainable?
If that's
for me, that's just how I think. It has to be a place where I'm not coming at any country. It's just, I have to study. That's just how I work. I have to research. I have to find out things. I have to ask questions. I have to see if this is something I can tolerate, if it's this, if it's that, so it has to be a place that is going to work for me, how I feel, how I move, what I like to do, so it has to match up with, with what we do, what we enjoy doing. I don't know if I can come up with one place because there's so many places we visited right now that it's just like that's a hard one for me.
Yeah,
but if I had to narrow it down, I would narrow it down based on those things. Is it going to be expensive to be there? Is it going to be like a lot of things going on that I'm not ready for? That kind of stuff. So it has to make sense.
Yeah,
he said it doesn't have to be Africa; it could be anywhere in the world.
Oh, okay. Now, me personally, I like to move too much, man. Like I'm a nomad in my spirit,
it has to be everywhere.
So it couldn't be just one place. But I would definitely have a house in Burundi because of the mukeke fish, and I could just, even if I'm up on top of a mountain somewhere looking over the Lake Tanganyika, like I would live up there. And once I get tired of mukeke, then I have to I go over to probably Tanzania. I like the Lake with Mount Kilimanjaro area.
Mount
'Cause
Kilimanjaro.
It was like
So Arusha,
so
places, Moshi Arusha.
Yeah.
It is absolutely beautiful.
I like
mean,
Tanzania.
A lot of people go and they go to, and don't get me wrong, that's the first country we ever visited.
That's the
outside
first
of-
country
when
we
we left
visited,
here
yeah.
to visit and go and
Because from
explore.
Tanzania, you could get around.
Tanzania
you
is
go to
massive.
Zanzibar.
It's massive. It's beautiful.
Those different islands.
You have the island. You have.
You taking over my.
I'm
this
sorry.
is my turn. See, I was quiet on her turn. You saw that family.
Oh yeah,
she's taking over my turn.
Go ahead.
It's all right.
You can finish.
It's all right. You know. So after that, I would go to. We got to check out West Africa.
Yeah,
we
haven't
got to
been there,
check that out.
Yeah.
But I hear a lot of good things about Ghana, you know, and Nigeria. I want to go to Gabon, countries like that.
Yeah.
South Africa, I would have to get a crib in South Africa as well. I would have to because I just love the energy. The energy in South Africa, especially Johannesburg, is like none other, family. I said it's like none other. And then the mangoes there are special. The Lord did something special with the mangoes there in South Africa. So there,
you name it a lot
Peru.
of places.
Because I'm a nomad. He said we had like a lot of money. We was wealthy, and I would have a crib in Cusco, Lima, Peru. No, Cusco, Peru, because Lima is the city. Okay. Cusco is another town. I would have that's near Machu Picchu kind of.
Oh,
I love Peru.
Pretty.
The people there are cool, and there's a lot of things there that I really enjoy and really like there. Yeah, okay. So there, and I have to hit up the States. I get a spot in Las Vegas. That's right. That's right, in Las Vegas, family. Where if I want to like, you know, just not so much gamble because I'm not a gambler. But it's something to do 24/7. I could be like, babe, let's go to this event, or let's go here and check this out. Let's check out the Lions. Let's go to the Magic Show. Let's check out Usher at the Flamingo or something. You know, like I can do that. It's successful. Let's check out the boxing match. You know what I mean? Vegas.
All right.
And my wife, she be right along with me, family.
Yeah, you gonna pull me
right
along
with me. You know you would enjoy that. I'll take you to certain.
I've been to Vegas, but you know what? I missed the visit because I was on their own business. I was their own business. This was years ago. I was their own business, so it didn't do it for me. It's just like a lot of lights, you know. But I've heard it's a lot to do. But I didn't get a chance to really. I'm gonna be honest, really explore Vegas because I was their own business for a couple of days. And I remember the MGM Grand. I was there for an event, so I had to go there. And it might be some things.
Then I hooked up a spot down in South Carolina.
Hey, now we
my wife's family got probably a nice house down there, so we go down
everywhere
there,
around the world.
Farm,
yes,
you know, things like that, and get in touch with nature again because you got to get that in you. Yeah. Yes. So I would actually have a spot in the States too, family. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's it, family. Thank you all for tuning in. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we are unapologetic nomads. And we unapologetic
nomadic. Peace and love, y'all. See you next time. Leave to the right.